Hey, welcome back. My name is Alex. I'm a freelance videographer and filmmaker, and today we are taking a look at Stray Kids' Levanter. I don't know how to say that word. But first, I just released a whole bunch of shirts in the description below. They're pretty much all based off of my tattoos, as you can see by this little cat. But I got a whole bunch of other designs based off of all of my other tattoos. If you want to support the channel, I'll give you 15% off. Just click the link in the description below, and yeah, that's about it. But with that out of the way, let's jump right on into the video. As always, I've read the lyrics, but I did not listen to the song quite yet. This is starting off very beautiful, just a door. Ooh, very pretty. So the door just comes out of the ground. It's like being made, it's like being put back together. They all look amazing. Like look at the skin, it's flawless. All of that, so beautiful. It's been a while since we've looked at a Stray Kids video. It looks so good. Okay, so then we just go and fly through the keyhole and boom, we're in a field. Ooh, I like all of these colors. An effect like this is pretty simple. In the editing software, you're able to just go and like change specific colors to other colors and just like change the color however it is that you want to change it. So they took like the yellow brownish colors and they just made them purple. I think it's so pretty though, like especially with the sky. I think they changed the color of the sky too a little bit because there's a lot of purple in the sky. This nice backlight with the sun. All of these shots are just so gorgeous. Ooh, okay, so are they going through different doorways? That's like what they're doing. Okay. Ooh. Before I forget, I do really like how their performance stage is, like how reflective it is, seeing all of the clouds. It's like they're dancing on the clouds, but they're on the ground. I don't know, I love how that looks. These doors keep appearing in different places. I'm assuming that this is what creates the doors, right? Something like that. This shot is so beautiful. So leading up to this, we had a lot of like the flashing lights. Flashing lights is just one of those things that I absolutely love. Flashing lights, atmosphere, backlighting. All things that I love, and it just adds a lot of depth. It adds a lot of suspense. So they still got the flashing lights going on here, but what stands out is how small they are. They don't take up that much space whatsoever. They're very small in the scene. They also have their individual frames. They're both framed within these columns and they're like separated into their own areas. Oh, yeah, right. And the floor just coming apart. So that's the reason why they're separated, because they literally can't be next to each other because the ground below them is breaking apart. That looks like a galaxy, kind of. It's really cool. Ooh. Okay. I like the camera movement. Oh, beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. That camera movement when they're dancing, it really just helps accentuate that movement and it makes it feel so powerful. The camera is slowly like zooming in and then they do something else and then it just resets all the way and it feels really powerful. I absolutely love this spotlight. The spotlight looks so good. The light turns on beat, which gives it like more of a dramatic effect. It like gives it more power, but it looks really good. I like when there's dynamic lighting, like the lighting changes in the scene and you can see it. That top-down lighting is always nice and dramatic. There's a couple little accent lights and of course all of this fog in the background. And then the light or the doors. Oh, those lights. Look how much movement that is when they're dancing. Oh, there's so much because it's like ruined or in ruin. There's wires everywhere. There's the leaves, the flickering lights. You get all of these like dust particles in the air and all of like the sparks. There's a lot to look at. It makes this set so dynamic because there's so much stuff. It looks like a real set. It's like lived in. It's an elevator. And then these lights while they're dancing, like it feels like a pulsing because the lights start all the way at the back of the tunnel and then they go forward and they keep doing that. It helps to give the tunnel some depth. Depth is just like a reoccurring thing now apparently, but it helps give the tunnel some depth along with like these leading lines. I like that they added a light to this truck and a whole bunch of fog. It looks really good and there's some more fog over here. So the flashing lights add so much movement and like so much intensity. Like it really feels like there's a lot going on. Oh. Yes, that's so beautiful. That looks so good. His skin looks so good. The cut looks flawless somehow. I don't know how, but it does. Like, they are such masters at skin and lighting the skin and making the skin look good. Like, the whole goal with skin, I feel like, is to make it look like a painting. Ooh, I like the red lights, the red and then the blue, but the red flashing lights, that's like danger, like emergency. Ooh, ooh. Yes, I don't know, it gives it a different feeling. It's like the world is controlling itself and they're just in the world. Like, the world is bringing light to this door and it turns the spotlight on by itself. It kind of feels like cartoony, but not like in the bad way. I don't know how to explain it, but it definitely feels like the world is in control of itself. And then Stray Kids is reacting to that. This is a really cool shot too, where he drops the pyramid, having all of those like flashing lights, and it's like in slow motion. It looks so good. I like how they're able to use like the handheld camera movement mixed with edited like zoom ins and zoom outs. Ooh. Wow, that's beautiful. They got the moons. There's the blood moon and then the normal moon. Wow, that looks real. I mean, it probably is. They have like this fence here so they know where they can stand. One thing about like actual fire, and like an easy way to tell actual fire from like fake fire, is the amount of smoke. Like, this is heavy, like heavy smoke. Actual fire has a lot more smoke than you'd think it would. Like, if a house is on fire, you're not gonna see the flames as much as you're gonna see just smoke. And that's it. So like, this has a lot of smoke. So I think that this is actually on fire. I think they actually like built this shed or whatever this is and lit it on fire. It looks so beautiful. Everything is nice and symmetrical too. He's right in the middle of this door and he's the only one who is like within the frame of the door. The other two are outside. So I wonder if that has to do with anything. Oh, right. The shooting star in his eye. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful effect. I feel like it can't be that hard. You just have to have like a really solid shot of someone's eye. And of course the lighting and the perfect skin again. Ooh, ooh, so many shooting stars. Okay. Yes. Oh, so I finally noticed in that tunnel scene, they're using different focal lengths to give different kinds of movements. Your focal length is how zoomed in you are. The more zoomed in, the blurrier your background is, and just the more your movements are noticed. If you have a really wide angle lens, then you're not gonna see too much of your movements if you're going handheld. But if you have a really zoomed in lens, because it's zoomed so far in that shaking it just this much looks like you're shaking it like this. So in the tunnel, they're using a higher focal length mixed with some of the other shots to give that movement. Beautiful. Ooh, they did a really good job on the eyes right there. So is it always the same door? And what is that? Ooh. Is it the same? What? Is it the same field? Is it like a parallel universe kind of thing? Because it looks like they're definitely stepping into a field, but the skies look different. And what on earth is going on in here? I kind of forgot to talk about that earlier when I saw it. Is this inside of the pyramid? It looks like it could be. They're using the complementary colors to help him stand out a lot more. So everything pretty much is blue or like purple. It's within the blue range, and then he is lit up yellow. So that yellow is really gonna stand out a lot more than if he was like pink or red or green. Since the yellow is that complementary color, it's like the perfect contrast to have him stand out. What is that? Whoa. Beautiful. Okay, so it's keys. I guess that makes sense since it starts off looking through a keyhole. Oh. That mirror, it kind of looks like they're on water too sometimes. So are they back home? Is that what's going on? The colors are normal now, but there's still 2 moons. Are they turning into one? They are. They are turning into one. Maybe you guys can help me out more with the story. So did they just get lost through the door for a little bit and then they found their way back home? Or was one of the members like in control the whole time? But I want to give a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters, specifically Charity, Jemmy, Kimberly, Lisa, Lucas, Melissa, Miss Heiju, and Victoria. If Patreon isn't available where you are, I do have the YouTube channel memberships. Again, if you want to support the channel, there are shirts in the description below. If you want me to react to more Stray Kids, go ahead and subscribe, and all right.